From the weather team you can trust, here's Chief Meteorologist Eric Snyder.
Right off the top, I would just like to take a moment to point out that it's a quarter after 6 p.m. and we still have some twilight to look at on these live cameras. We got to find these little nuggets of optimism in a pattern like this with how cold and snowy it has been, of which it's not really snowy at all. It's still cold, but relative to what we had over the weekend, heck, relative to what we had this morning, we're in the teens right now. That's not a bad place to be. The sky for the moment remains partly cloudy, so I'm still kind of apprehensive about teasing too far ahead to the warm-up that will arrive by tomorrow morning. I still think these next few hours could sneak our way down into some chilly numbers again. But once we turn that wind flow more southerly and the cloud cover comes back, we're going to be in the 20s by tomorrow morning. That'll be with a warm front. Highs tomorrow afternoon, middle and upper 30s. Now look, it's going to snow again. Tuesday night, Wednesday, into the first part of the day on Thursday. But it's not going to snow with air temperatures anywhere close, not even remotely in the same stratosphere is what we've dealt with over these last few days. Just marginally cold enough temperatures to support some accumulating snowfall. We've got some clouds. It's a thin veil of cloud cover, certainly not that big of a deal. Point our attention off to the north. You can see this lip of snow showers that will start to make a cameo here by tomorrow morning. Also making a cameo over these last 36 hours has been big fractures in the lake ice. Now this is the satellite view, visible satellite going back to yesterday morning. See this little guy here? That little crack in the ice? Watch how this thing just explodes. It opens up all the way to the north side of Cleveland. And then even as we lose visible satellite, our infrared satellites have still been able to pick up those cracks, still evolving and getting wider and wider. Today they've been widening even further. And this is going to be a fun one to watch as we go into tomorrow. That wind turns southerly. Even over Lake Erie, the air temperatures are going to be way above freezing. This is going to look dramatically different, and that's what it takes. You know, a lot of folks just assume you got to have the warmer weather with it. It's more the change in wind direction that ultimately shapes where a lot of that ice is and certainly how thick it is. Tomorrow morning's commute could be sneaky with a few of those snow showers, maybe an inch or two of accumulation, but as temperatures jump back above freezing, some of that's going to melt. You could have a few raindrops around into the afternoon. It's not a big front with this. It's more like a subtle and gradual. The wind flow turns more west-northwest. It gets a little bit colder again. That's where some of your lake effect is going to live, especially late Wednesday night, and early into your Thursday. But you see these numbers, not egregious. These aren't, look, a week ago we'd be begging for numbers like this, but it's still going to be cold enough to support some additional accumulation. This is an early look, kind of a first stab at how I see this. These will be totals all the way through Thursday. It's going to take its time, maybe 2 to 5 inches in our traditional lake effect areas. Farther off to the east, you get into Wolcott and Fairhaven and Oswego. They'll probably cash in closer to a ½ foot of snowfall, but without the bitter cold, this feels like a walk in the park. We're going to go back above freezing as we head into the weekend, and once we do that, instead of tomorrow's warmth being a one-off affair, I think we string together a stretch of days above 32.